ассоциаций. И тем не менее музыка каким-то чудом проникает в самую душу. Все в конечном счете имеет свой смысл. И смысл, и причина.
Mic check, 1, 2. Can you guys hear me? Am I coming in loud and clear? How you doing, folks? It's American Anchor, baby. A little late. We were filming things. Had to get myself ready. We're trying to fit it all in. Okay. But I got myself situated and now I'm here. So welcome, everybody. How you doing? Let me know if I'm coming in loud and clear. Testing. 1, 2, 3, test. Very nice. Very, very nice. Welcome to the stream, everybody. American Anchor, baby. Give me just a moment. I'll be right with you.
Все в конечном счете имеет свой смысл. И смысл, и причина.
Isn't he Mexican?
Colombian.
He calls himself American.
What is this?
Anchor baby.
And in this corner, it's
the American Anchor Baby.
Daddy's home.
That's an offensive term. People find that hurtful.
You mean it's not politically correct? Excuse me. I'll use the word anchor baby. You know, he's an anchor baby in Canada.
Tell him we still rolling with Trump, too.
Anchor baby, the whole thing sounds horrific. You're just making it sound like immigrants are these horrific, greedy people.
Ustedes pueden aceptar mi negocio o aceptar las consecuencias. Plata o plomo.
So you would be considered white, in my opinion.
You the blackest one in this room.
I think so.
And what happened was his mama got pregnant on the other side of the border. And then a few hours before, just before it was time for him to pop out, she jumped across the border and let him fall on American soil. So he became the anchor baby. You don't call him the anchor baby for nothing. Amazing.
We like this anchor baby, right?
Hello, I am the American Anchor Baby, and this is my show. How you doing, everybody? Appreciate you being here. Apologies, a little late. We were filming stuff. We were getting our film on, filming some episodes of stuff. We're just trying to fit it all in, okay? You know, you leave the Anchor Baby for last. It's just how it is. Just joking. I get to complain a bit. But I'm here with you now, and we're here together. What a night. No, welcome to the show, everybody. Everybody who joined me last night too, welcome back. We were together for a special night, although I didn't quite last till the end. I could have stayed up a little later. We did not stay until Trump won, but we awoke to the good news. I'm sure many of us woke up to the good news. So welcome, everybody. Thanks, everybody who joined us last night on our little election stream. How's your little election stream? We had fun. We watched the dang thing. And we got the calls and the topics. And we even had ourselves a little guest. So that was great. It's a pleasure to be back with you today on this fine, fine Wednesday where Trump has won. It would have been a fine. I would have said it was a fine Wednesday either way. Really. I would have said it was a fine Wednesday. And I'm sure many of you, right? Many of you as well, right? Many of you would have said the same thing, right? Chins up, huh? Welcome, everybody. Appreciate you rolling in the stream here. I am streaming on YouTube. I am live on rumble.com/American Anchor Baby, dlive.tv/Gorgonzola, and of course, punchy.tv. Hit me up on punchy.tv. What an amazing time to be an American, says Francisco. And everybody here, welcome everybody. Some of you are saying we're in an alternate timeline. Feels like God gave us another chance to cancel or delay the globalists. Some of the chats happening right now in my chat as we're speaking. But yes, what and all did we revert to a better timeline? What's happening with timelines, folks? Maybe we're in the right timeline. Maybe there's only one timeline. I don't know. I'm just messing around. But I do want to describe for you maybe an alternate America. What could look like an alternate timeline for us happening right now in another nation, in a nation geographically close to us with a common ancestry. I would like to speak a little bit on Canada, who has a place in my heart. Oh, Canada. So we'll get into all that. I'm streaming on those platforms, punchy.tv. And you can call me 844-900-2229 if there's something you want to get into, something on your mind, talk about the Trump win and beyond, as there are some things I want to get into here. Amazing Raisin, nice to see you in the chat. New name I've never seen. The spiritual battle has been won. Incredible claims in the chat. I know Trump won, but very nice. There was a shift out there, calm and present. What's up, David Morgan? Welcome. What's up, Chase? Kevin? alternate timelines, alternate realities. I would go as far to say that there is an alternate reality, a parallel reality almost to the Americans, happening to the north. Happening right to the north. What could almost be an alternate or parallel timeline. I want to illustrate a couple things happening in my dear Canada. I grew up in a large chunk of my life in Canada. And as you know, the American anchor baby, he's an anchor baby in Canada. Like Trump says, born in America, lived in Canada. What a mess, yet with the heart of an American. Look, it's an amazing day. I'm seeing you guys celebrating in the chat right now. The Trump win. Can we talk about that just a quick moment? Everything is fake, and my chat says he called it. He called it with the white women. He called it with the white women. You may have heard this already. You may have heard some of this, but some people online are saying, quit it. Quit it with the white women hate. Okay, I don't want to hear it about white women, white liberal women. You're looking at some of these exit polls by race and by gender or whatever, by sex. Let's be real, gender. What the heck is gender? But they're saying white women, look, 52% of them, over 50% voted for the man, Trump. And right when everybody counted them out, they're out of all the women, they are the only group who voted over 50% for Trump, the white women. See, they're sensible. They're somewhat sensible. I heard this once the other day. If you only had liberal white people voting, you would have a country kind of like Denmark or something like that. And that's still pretty good. That's still pretty darn good, I got to say. In many respects, right? Cleanliness and many respects. We could argue about it if you really want to, but right on white women, right on everyone. Those sensible people voted for Trump. Some part of you gets it, okay? So shout out there. Everything is fake has been saying that there's no way the white women in America are going to vote for a black woman to be over them. As quiet as it's kept, and I know it's been a pretty spot on, I think, prediction. I know many of you are celebrating. It's Trump 2024. Very cool. So not even close, right? Not even close. 72 million popular votes, 67 million. So not even close that it was called the same day. Concessions by Kamala Harris the day after. It's just cut and dry with a 4-state flip. 4 states flipped. Georgia, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin flipped for Trump. Only people gotta pay, a little bit of pain. They saw the lives, whatever it was. Here is your 2024 electoral map. What a win. The flips, not even close, can we say? And you gotta love it. It looks like Arizona and Nevada are still gray. When are they gonna call those? Doesn't matter now. But I don't know the minutia, but however their process works, they're still, at least according to the New York Times, still working things out. Just call it, folks. So great celebrations going on in the chat right now. Thank you. Right on, Mr. Trump. This one's for America. It's not over until Arizona and Nevada knit. It's not over. So we're going to keep fighting. We're going to fight till the end. They're saying over there with the Kamala HQ. Although she did concede. And I want to get into a whole bunch of things here. 844-900-2229 if you want to call in. But the post-election roundup real quick, just for a moment. Just for a quick moment. the post-election roundup. Do we even have any footage? Kamala Harris, her full concession speech. Now, we're not going to watch it. We're not necessarily going to watch it, but I was reading this Axios article. Don't ever give up, Harris addresses nation after stunning loss to Trump. And some of the commentary here, and we'll try and match it up with the first, few seconds here of her speech, so that way we're not too judgmental. Because I've yet to really hear her. I'll probably watch it after. But you know, some of these things here, but hear me when I say the light of Americans' promise will always burn bright as long as we never give up and as long as we keep fighting. What are you fighting? What are you fighting? What are you telling people to keep fighting about? Fighting. This is the part where we unite, right? You guys love that talk. But we are one America, they'll say. And these people, Trump full of grievances, he just talk about problems. Now we unite, right? She says, while I concede this election, I do not concede the fight that fueled this campaign. Harris said that she told Trump that she will help with a peaceful trial. We must accept the results of this election, she says. Oh, look at how pro-democracy she is. Is that a little female jab? Little female jab? Oh, we'll be the certifiers. I know we didn't win, but we'll keep up the fight. Sorry, I'm having troubles with my mic here. We'll keep up the fight, but we're going to certify it, right? We accept the results of this election. Well, right on, Kamala Harris. That's just the right thing to say. You know? Sorry. And I see you guys also popping in. I see you guys also popping into the one at a time voice channel on my Discord. I want to get to calls. I want to get to everybody on the Discord as well. I'm muting myself for a moment while I go on and on about whatever crap. But look, allow me to get this out, and then I want to get to calls and everything. I see Galahad right now here, in fact, in my Discord. We'll get to everybody. Appreciated it. Link is in the description if you want to join the Discord. The link to call me through the internet is also in the description. And, of course, the number if you want to call. So, where was I? She's conceding, and I get the impression she's full of jabs, little jabs, you know. Little jabs.
Using our strength to lift people up, to fight for the dignity that all people deserve. The fight for our freedom will take hard work, but like I always say, we like hard work.
Right on, Kamala Harris.
Hard work is good work. Hard work can be joyful.
Yeah, Discord is if you want to talk on the air, but so is the calls and so is everything else I just mentioned. Don't ever give up. The fight takes a while. It feels a little jabby. I mean, it's a fine thing to say, right? It's if you just read the words here on the Axios article, then it's just like, okay, well, you just said the correct thing, I guess. You know, this may not have gone the way we wanted, but we will still blah blah blah. But what a win. Incredible stuff here. You know, I wanted to play a clip for you so I can get my thoughts out on a couple of things here. You know, there's a whole bunch of meltdown clips going around. Everyone's melting down. The libs, they're losing it. Look at these silly people. But I don't want to play this video for you just to make fun of the people crying about this. That's what Friday's video's for. Okay? Well, that's what we're going to leave Friday for. No, I'm just showing you this one because allow me to show it to you first.
Forgive me for being a little emotional here, but what the fuck is going on? People in the future are going to look back at this time and they're going to be like, what the fuck What the fuck happened? Because we were progressing. When Obama got elected, I really feel like we were progressing. We were going in the right motherfucking direction. But then Trump comes in and he gives a voice to the voiceless. He gives a voice to the criminals, to the racists, to the white motherfuckers who want to be back on top. I don't want to touch another man with a 10-foot motherfucking pole. Ladies, where are we going? 4B movement for real. Fuck men. Fuck all of you. And fuck you ugly dumb bitches who voted for him too. You guys are a piece of shit. You guys have internalized fucking misogyny and you're dumb. You're stupid. Oh, and all the climate change shit going out the motherfucking window because it's a hoax. Bro, we're cooked. We're cooked. This is our last motherfucking year on this goddamn planet. To be able to appoint 3 more fucking Supreme Court justices or whatever the fuck he's able to get more motherfuckers that believe the same beliefs that he believes into office. And I guess that's what you guys want. That's what you guys want. You guys want to be radical Christians. You guys are Jesus Christ, right?
Radical. Look, you shouldn't watch this video. You shouldn't just watch this. In all things you do, have a little bit of a higher thinking. You know, the whole world, they're having their fun and the thrills, whatever. A lot of these people are silly. They're really just silly publicly. So can you blame people commenting? But, you know, the average person that, oh, you feminist, you dumb feminist. You shouldn't watch this and just try and think of a response to every little thing she said. I'm really showing you this so that it kind of fades in the background and you stop really listening to what the minutia of what this person is saying, this woman, this female. But instead, as her shrieking fades into the background, you realize the real point here is the sobering kind of like, as her voice kind of like fades away and the ee sound of you being shell shocked starts coming in and you're watching her, right? You don't even hear words anymore. You're just shell shocked and you're sobered up. Before you were like, look at this libtard, but then all of a sudden you sobered up and you realize the level, the class, just the class of person, I guess, in America, what the level of thought that the American voter puts into this thing called politics, elections, government. Just like the class of person that the sentence, we were progressing with Obama, is even on your radar of what's important in life. What do minorities, women, and gays even want? What is going on? Pretty much everyone is on your side. So just like the class of person, you wonder what an American voter used to be like when they say it was more racist and mean and misogynist, when it was just men voting, property owners, white men. You wonder, well, that sounds so evil. That sounds just not right. It sounds like you're taking away the rights of people. But yet, is what is this worse? You know, without it, because there's really no need to respond. There's really no need to respond to the minutia there. And you know, this whole thing too, this new vibe going around right now, which is really just 2016 again. Women going their own way. Yeah, that's it, ladies. No more. I saw this Reddit thread. That's it, ladies. Make them put a ring on it. That's what they want, right? So we can't let them. We quit. Cancel all your future dates, ladies, because these people want you stuck with a baby if it's an accident. So no more sex with these men. Marry them now. I think the conditions of this new contract might be agreeable. Women go their own way. What the? And so a lot of people are mad. There's a whole bunch of, if you saw the popular vote, even there's a whole bunch more, and the globe, the people of the world are beaming. I went over to the Shell gas station. The Mexicans at the Shell gas station, they're beaming. Even the lady Mexican at the gas station, because, you know, I go to the Shell. I get my snacks over here at the Shell nearby Bond. And you've heard my conversations with the Mexicans at the gas station. And they're men, and they see a man, and now after I maybe even seeing some of my energy, if I may be so humble, they're now out. They're pretty outspoken lately. They're like, we're not letting no women lead us. You crazy, Nick? No, I'm with you. Yeah, you're making sense, man. Yeah, you're racist, but you're making sense. Trump, let's go. And even the woman Mexican at the same gas station is like, oh, you happy? And like, everyone's happy. She's like, maybe. Trying her best to counter signal, but she's happy. All the women are happy. Daddy's home. Okay? Daddy's home. People in the chat talk about cess is cheap. We're not going down that. Let's don't focus, Nick. Let's not go down a rabbit. Let's not go down the wrong path here. We're not. It's not just the fellas here at a men's forum. Okay, let's show some decorum. Okay, ladies, do you even know the street price? Let's. Everyone is a little. There's a whole bunch though, women and others there. They're a little mad, sad. They're worried about what might happen. I'm seeing families talking about Mexican families, for example, crying and telling their children when their children ask them, "Are we gonna be okay?" Them crying and saying, "No, we're gonna get deported," and they're like full-on American citizens. It's ridiculous. Or women saying their rights are being taken away. What rights? What rights? We're going to move to Canada, they're saying. We're going to move to Canada. We're done with America. That's it. Where's our only... We're looking around the world. Our only last haven, Canada, of course, they say. Let me tell you. No one is moving to Canada. I'll tell you that right now. They're just LARPing. That's just the silliness from emotional people. And another thing, though, if only they knew the reality of what's going on in Canada. If only Canada's chill. I love the Canadians. If we could only get into the amazing details of the different Canadians in there that are live in Canada, the francophones, the Québécois, the country Québécois, the anglophones, the ones in Ontario, bud, and those in the city, and yeah, they're liberal, but even farther out, Colborne, Ontario, them Ontario farmer boys, and then even the what has always been a diverse Canada with their little European Union going on, the Scots, the English, the Irish, but they've continued that with a diversity of others. You know, there's so many in Canada. Chinese, the Indian, the Pakistani, they're all the Stannies, and they're all there, okay? And so they're diverse. I'm just describing this Canada that I lived in for so long as well, and how so many are saying they want to move there. We're actually going to CP24 for this one, for my Canadians in the chat, specifically those in Ontario, really I think Toronto. CP24 is a very local news station in Toronto. And for those that know, you wake up, your mornings are with CP24. Okay, shout out CP. You know, Canadians in the chat. And the thing is they got these surges on Google right now. How to move to Canada, they're saying. How to move to Canada, blah, blah, blah. How to move to Canada surges on Google as U.S. wakes up to Trump win. Other related searches include how to immigrate to Canada from the U.S., along with best places to live in Canada and how to get a visa for Canada. Americans, you guys, with just having a passport, last I checked, you guys can go to Canada for 6 months. No questions asked. Just make sure you get out. Just make sure you make it clear where you are and what are you going to do after those 6 months. But hey, and I think it goes the other way as well. Canadians with a passport, and I could be wrong about this, you could just go to Canada for 6 months. And you don't need a visa. It's an amazing relationship they share. And the envy of the world for those that, I mean, you could say what you want about America, but having an alliance with America is very positive, okay? So how to move to Canada surges. They're saying they want to go. They're wondering other things. They're searching other things like Zillow in Canada was another related query with people searching for the Canadian equivalent of the U.S. house hunting app. If anybody knows anything about Zillow, that's where it's one of these places you can look at homes and all that. Yeah, I wonder if any of these people decided to look for homes in Canada using Zillow and realized what a huge mistake that would be. If we're going to talk about problems. Do they even know? Like, would they even know what to look for? If they were to search Toronto right now, would they even know what they're looking at? These people looking for a home. Oh, let me find a home on Zillow. I wonder if any of these are Californians. And the moment they look at home prices in Toronto, would they realize that there's a problem? I mean, let's just do a cursory search. Here I am in Toronto. We're on Zillow. Let's just do a random cursory search. This is Toronto. Let's zoom in. Let's go somewhere, and let's not even go North York because it's like, duh, that's expensive. Oh, let's say I just want to live in a little suburb of Toronto, and I want to live. Let's just pick random. Like, look, these all say millions. I want to show you what a $4 million home looks like in Toronto. It's not even fully detached. Oh my gosh, you look at these pictures and you're like, oh, wow, look, this is beautiful. Nick, this is so beautiful inside. I mean, it depends on how you ask. Some of this modernist stuff. This is a nice thing, but they do these cheap now. It is not break. I wonder what even material that is. All this cabinetry. I mean, these are all. This marble might be quite expensive if it's marble. But you're looking at this, you're like, wow, this is so pretty, Nick. Of course it's for... You obviously don't know what you're looking at. You obviously don't know the square footage here. 5 bedrooms, 5 baths. This is $4 million. This is a random home, too. I just randomly clicked on one. Can we get the price history on this? What's the price history on this? We don't even date on market. 1st of October, 2024. Yeah, so what'd you do to it? What'd you do to it to justify $4 million? What the heck did you even do to this place? Let me show you. Let's go to Georgia for a second. Maybe you guys don't understand. Let's go to Georgia for a second. How about let's try Georgia. Let's just try Georgia. Let's go 3 million. Let's go 3 million. $1 million less than the home we just saw. Let's see what 4 million gets you in Georgia. Yeah. Yeah, let's move to Canada. Oh. There's problems, okay? And I'm trying to describe something for you here. Although Canada is a place in my heart. I wanted to illustrate something for you here. Let's see, what else does this article say? A few other countries also garnered the attention of U.S. residents looking to flee elsewhere. U.S. users also searched for how to move to Australia, Switzerland, Denmark, Norway. Of all the places in the world to move to, it's always a place that's pretty white. At least roots of Christianity or otherwise. Just saying. You can rent the bathroom out to 5 Indians. Toronto filled with gazillionaires. Yeah. I know those were Canadian dollars, but still. So there's an election coming up in Canada, by the way. Shout out. 2025 is coming in. 2025 is coming fast. So shout out to the Canadians as your election's coming up. It's your chance to remove Justin Trudeau, a liberal mainstay who's been there for quite a while now. There are no term limits. There are no term limits for Prime Minister in Canada. That's why Trudeau is still Prime Minister of Canada. And he's been serving since 2013. 2013, the Trudeau dynasty. 10 plus years. He was actually the conservative before Trudeau was there for like 15 years. I forget his name now. Look at that. Is this Alpha Trudeau with the beard? Sophie and I are feminists, he says. He said once about his wife. What a mess, the liberal. And so there's an election coming up. And since this election with Trump has passed and he has won, and many things are on the minds of people. Hopes and dreams, fears. Many are crying about women's rights or being deported. How ridiculous, these people. Others are looking at the issues and are waiting for Trump to deliver on these things about immigration, the economy, and otherwise, okay? And so for a moment here, on the heels, is that how you say it, of Trump's win, I want to illustrate something for you that is happening in a country that is geographically close, shares a common ancestry, a consensus. I want to illustrate almost a parallel or alternate timeline for America. And the levels here on this story is cool because we're going to talk about human nature and God's timing. And even when the chips are down, even this dark parallel that I may describe here in a moment, and even that is such a mere human, such a mere machination of man. Oh, what a dark future! What a dark parallel. When and I hope to demonstrate this in a moment. When even in such a dark moment, there is even now a chance, seemingly, for the Canadians. And not only that, they are making interesting friends that may propel them to this hopeful future. Here I am using shallow language, but propel them to the interesting bedfellows who you might think are maybe enemies if you weren't paying attention, because life is interesting. So anyways, Canada for a moment. I want to illustrate this for you. Here are some scenes I want to show you. 844-900-2229, and then I'll also pop into the Discord and we'll talk with anybody who wants to talk right as soon as I'm done with this. I want to show you some scenes here real quick. What do you see? Do you see? So fighting, some flags. We're seeing Indian flags. This must be a protest in India or something. बेटा बाड़ी आपकी बेटा ठीगा 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 बेटा बेटा बाड़ी आपकी ठीगा 𒒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎 Canada Kobachian. Mississauga, hold up. Wait, Mississauga, India. No, this is Mississauga, Ontario. Of course, you must know by now. Brampton, Ontario. We are in Canada. That's why these Indians got their North Face on. That's why they got their Canada Goose. They got their parkas, if you're a Canadian, or coats for somebody else. But you got to get your parka on for winter. 𒒏💊💄💌🔏 Canada Kobachian. Trump, please save Canada. Please save Canada, Trump. And so they're fighting. What are they fighting about in Canada? How could this be? Why do they got flags out? Why are they striking passing vehicles? What are these people doing? The nerve in the white man's country. Some of you might be thinking. In Canada, why are they bringing their mess here? So what's going on here? You're seeing the scenes of a protest as Hindu Indians and Sikhs, some Sikhs, you'll understand in a moment, hopefully, unite in a show of strength after what happened is they were attacked. So by what is called a Khalistani mob. They're calling them Khalistanis. Now, what the heck is going on? What are the Canadians being subjected to? What fight is going on? Well, to understand this, you have to understand some of the cultural battles and lines and racial lines that are happening on the other side of the world. The Khalistan movement is basically a Sikh separatist movement, okay? Started in the 70s and the 80s in India with the goal to create an independent Sikh homeland. Everybody wants this independent Sikh homeland. They want to call it Khalistan in the Punjab region of India. Ever since Woodrow Wilson, he told the whole world, everyone deserves sovereignty. And now everybody wants their little nation. But that's a story for another day, maybe. So the movement has been controversial over there in India with all sorts of fights over there. With violence even, okay? Going back to the 80s, okay? And they're over there. They're like, we are the Sikhs. We are Sikhs and we want our own, or Sikhs. I think it's Sikh, but it might be Sikhs. The Sikh people. We want our own nation because we are discriminated against by the Indian governments and blah, 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 and the Hindu communities. So that's been going on. Why is this going on in Canada? Well, because Canada has a sizable population of Sikhs and Hindus. And guess what? They've brought that over. They've brought those same tensions over. Now, this got brought to a more international stage when allegations of the Indian government being involved in Canada came around in 2023. You may have heard of this, but basically the way it goes is diplomatic tensions between Canada escalated after Justin Trudeau in 2023 alleged that the Indian government was possibly involved in the killing of this man named Hardeep Singh. And he's this prominent pro-Khalistan guy in Canada. He's this activist guy with these pro-Khalistan groups, and they're out there in BC and areas of Ontario drumming up support for this Khalistan movement in Canada for some reason. And for those that know, that's how radical movements, in a sense, get support and attention and money, and they start affecting the politics of the places where they are. Think Hamas, think pro-Palestine. You go out into the world like guerrilla forces, and you affect the thinkings of the native populations in a bid to garner support, whether monetary, political, any way you can, really, any means necessary kind of mentality to garner support for, in this case, the Khalistani peeps. But this comes to a head because this is in opposition to the mentalities of all these Hindu people, and so they're fighting. And what happened is they say allegedly the Khalistani people went to some Hindu temple in Brampton, Ontario. They attacked them. Now you got these Indian Canadian politicians saying the Khalistani people went too far, and that was a line they crossed, and now the cops are involved, and they're fighting. The point is they're fighting, okay? And so they're duking it out. What a mess, right? What a mess. They've brought their issues here. It's turned into violence in some cases. And so they're duking it out. And so what are the Hindus doing right now? Well, they're making their show. They're doing a show of strength and solidarity because, in their minds, they're saying, well, the Khalistanis shouldn't be just allowed to attack us. What's going on? And, it's funny because people are quite mad at for example, Indians are the big butt of a lot of jokes right now online. They're dirty and a bunch of things. They definitely got a different way of ordering their society. And hey, for anybody, some of the Canadians in the chat, y'all know very well, there's different classes of all these immigrants. It's not just Indian. But that may be a story for another time. All my Indian friends growing up do tell me, though, that the first thing that hits you when you get off a plane when you get to India is the smell of doo-doo. That's true. Many people have told me that. So but it is funny though, funny or ironic or whatever about this thing going on with the Hindus right now, because And I hope to demonstrate this further in a moment, just how much immigration has changed Canada. But for the people who are maybe not so happy with what's going on, and it seems like the Indians are an enemy and all that or whatever, it now seems like the Indians might end up being a necessary friend. And you know, I love that, by the way, because like the Latinos and the blacks for Trump, this election that happened, that they seem to have voted for Trump in a way larger, a significantly larger amount, and the men especially. It's cool to see, because if you ask me, it's about the right way, the truth. The truth is beyond color, and we know this. Okay, we know this. And these groups are getting major hate. Expecting the Latino people to be smart was the first mistake. These are the loving liberals, folks. Remember, this is the loving side. This is the loving side. What do we expect from a community who uses the N-word more than actual N-words do? Uneducated and ignorant. These are your loving liberals. So it's funny. It's ironic maybe to see who's becoming necessary friends and what's happening with the Indians. It's not unlike the Jews. The attacks on them have made them see the error in possibly supporting all these liberals and open borders and all this stuff. So the Hindus in Canada say, hey, they're asking each other Hindus to rethink their liberal bend and to vote conservative for 𝒏𝒊𝒂𝒊𝒂𝒍�. I forget how to say his name. Paul 𝒏𝒊𝒂𝒊𝒂𝒍𝒔. He's that guy who was eating an apple. Remember, he's that guy who was eating an apple in the face of a liberal asking him dumb questions, and they're like, "Wow, based Canadian." He's running. He's kind of leading. He's basically leading the Conservative Party now. And it seems like the Hindus may they're a little shocked, and they're a little appalled by all these Khalistani terrorists being led in by the liberals, and they're saying, you know what, something's got to change. But I bring this up despite, I'm telling you, the truth is beyond color. I truly believe that. But I bring this up also as a warning, so to speak. Maybe not so much a warning, but just I'm trying to describe something interesting here. Because some things you can't vote away. Some things, well, it becomes maybe a little too late to do certain things. Okay? And I am talking about demographics and what everybody coming in cares about, and they don't care about the values that made up Canada, that made up America. They really don't. Yes, truth is beyond color. But a country is made up of people, and bringing in a bunch of people of the wrong color, you know what I mean? What I'm saying here is not skin deep, but you're bringing in people of the wrong thinking, and it's not because of their color. Blah blah blah. Do I really need to say that? So I just wanted to bring this up. So allow me to show you something interesting here about the cities in Canada. It is funny though how it's not over until the fat lady sings, how they say, with the Indians maybe becoming a necessary ally. It's just not over. So remember that when I show you this, what may look like it's over, when you see cities with the largest foreign-born populations, for example, you got to take in this graph here, this table provided to us by Wikipedia. And we go down here to cities with largest foreign-born populations. Number 1 is London with 3.5 million foreign-born. And it goes down like that. It's ordered that way. But when we order not just by size of population, of foreign-born population, but the percentage. What cities have the highest foreign-born percentage? And in fact, a bunch of them are over 50%. Look at this. The first one, the third one, the fourth, fifth, sixth, 10th, 11th, 13th, 14th, and it keeps going on other ones. Top cities in the world with foreign-born populations, a whole bunch of them are in Canada. 59.1%. The number one city with the highest percentage of foreign-born population is Brampton, Canada. Now, for those in the know, we know that it's not called Brampton anymore. We call it Browntown. That's what we called it. We call it Browntown. The third highest foreign-born population in a city with the largest foreign-born population by percentage, is Mississauga, Canada. It goes Toronto, Surrey. Look at this. In the top 6 cities with the highest percentage of foreign-born, 5 of them are in Canada. You understand? You understand? You understand the scope. You gotta understand that the scope is totally different than America in certain key ways, and I want to show it to you here, because there's certain key distinctions in the language even that may express to you something crazy going on. Okay, so let me tell you here. According to the 2021 Canada census, European descent population is about 53%. That was 2021. With large chunks with almost 20% of Asian descent, 3.5% black population, indigenous is 5%. Just a little bit of the breakdown from 2021. There were very substantial changes in immigration policy starting from the 1960s. And you could draw a parallel here, for example, with America. They opened up the floodgates. You see in America, and when you look it up, they say that Canada ended discriminatory policies in the 1960s. Now, here is where Canada and America are kind of the same. Where, around this time, immigration policies radically changed, honestly. From being racially discriminatory, heavily favoring immigrants from Europe, mainly the UK, Western European, heavily discriminatory towards only skills-based people. They had a point system where they would assign points and would only give immigration status to those who scored high, and based on skills, education, language ability. This changed. And America changed too, but America didn't quite adopt some of the most radical aspects. For example, and coincidentally, this started with Pierre Trudeau, Justin Trudeau's daddy. We're going to 1971 when Canada formally adopted what they called the multiculturalism policy. Maybe in some respects, maybe in an unsaid way, this has happened in America, but this is like an official adopted policy. You got to take in the detail there. It's a slight change, but it's almost a huge one. Canada formally adopted multiculturalism as an official policy under Pierre Trudeau, emphasizing inclusivity and support for all cultural backgrounds. Now, what's significant about this is the adoption of this multiculturalism policy meant that you couldn't tell immigrants to assimilate. People have been told to come to Canada since the 1970s and encouraged to not assimilate, to maintain their language, maintain their all sorts of stuff. Here's another significant, little detail change, but significant. Immigration targets. Take in for a moment that Canada's population is 1/10 of America, with around 40 million people. There's more people in California than all of Canada. Canada, in the 1990s, adopted these high immigration targets. That's something that doesn't really exist in the American immigration strategy, with targets like this. Let me tell you one of them. This is some of the Canada immigration plans for 2025, where they aim to welcome over, and they give it a number, over 500,000 immigrants annually by 2025. Annually. They're saying we want to bring in all these people. With Canada's population is like 40 million. That's almost as much. That's like half as much as America's been bringing in every year before Biden. Because when Biden came in, it's like, well, no, even with Biden, the projections are about 1 million a year, 8 million over. It's been kind of cranked up with Biden lately. 500,000 annually. These are some of the targets they have up there. I wish I could. Maybe you understand by me describing it here, but you see how radically different that is, right? That's the end of Canadians. That's the end of whoever's up there. That is a full-on replacement. Multiculturalism as a policy. These high targets. So, here's one for you. All the population growth in Canada, the primary growth driver, and this is according to Statistics Canada, the primary growth driver in population in Canada in 2023 to 2024, 96% of the population increase was due to international migration, as they call it. International, 96%. I mean, maybe a whole bunch of people even listening here, they're like, well, what's the big idea? Like, prove why that's bad. But nobody would bat an eye if this was any other nation. If this was India. Although we love the Indians because they might be totally based. They might be, I don't know, maybe it was their October 7th or something. Khalistanis attacking the Indians. Now they're going to vote for Paul Polyev or whatever. Can I make a side note? Since I'm here rambling going on and I see calls coming in, about to get to all the calls, Galahad, and people in my Discord, everybody. 844-900-2229. Look, the Latinos and the blacks that voted for Trump, like, shout out, very cool. But some of you, if I may nitpick for a moment, some of you are very keen on saying, but what are they going to do for us? Oh, but Kamala Harris isn't going to do anything for us Latinos. Or now I'm seeing the Latinos voted for Trump, and now a whole bunch of people are saying, oh yeah, now Trump is just going to drop you like a hot potato. Remember, that's like that's kind of immoral. It's like, oh, what are you going to do for us though? Like, right is right, right? Right is right is right. So where was I? Canada's changed quite a bit. Parallel, alternate America. Just trying to describe this for you a little bit. You know, there comes a point when you really don't have a country anymore without the borders. People want to say, oh, that Trump, people who voted for Trump, you guys voted for money in the economy. While we voted for, at least we want to do the right thing. Like, more money is the best a government can do to show love to people. It's a funny thing too, because more money would have us fighting less, for example. You guys, the Democrats say, oh, be united. Love is love. We got to be together. And not like those heartless people who just care about money. When it's like money that's gonna, because, you know, the world is shallow. When it's money that's gonna like smooth things over and keep the union together for a little while longer. So where was I? It's not over till the fat lady sings, in a sense. Indians, what's going on? Interesting. What a mess with the immigration. But even in the last hour, there's even a chance for the Canadians. You know? Oh, you're looking around, it's all brown. You're like, wow, it's over. Whoa, some of these browns might just help us maintain our peaceful Canada for a little while longer. Could it be? Move to Canada because you're going to lose your rights, and then calls right after this. You know, you hear on this, oh, we're going to move to Canada because we're going to lose our rights. You know what I just realized today? And then I looked it up a little bit, and it's true. because the ladies are saying, oh, we're gonna lose our rights. So in their minds, many of them are saying, oh, they're thinking ridiculous things like they're gonna make us into birthing. They're gonna force us to be birthing machines or something. Like, you wouldn't love that. Finally, you have something to do. Someone told you what to be. You would love that. But for some who are, I guess, put a little bit more thought to it, I guess their answer would be, well, they'll take away abortion. You know that men, ladies, you know that men have less rights than you. And I don't like even talking like this, because, you know, when people say I have less rights than this person, it's like, what rights are you talking about? Usually people have no clue what they're saying. But hold up. My body, my choice, the rights of this whole thing. You know who has literally no rights and no say if a woman wants to have an abortion? You know, in some states it's not allowed or something. Or in some states we're Republicans and we have sensible limits on when to abort them. You can only do it here. All right, whatever. You know who has no say at all? Men. Men have no say. And I'm not even just making that up. Politico, Wikipedia. There's not a single state in the U.S. where the U.S. legal system recognizes the say of the father. No single U.S. the Republican ones, not a single U.S. state recognize. The U.S. legal system recognizes the bodily autonomy of the pregnant individual, they say, making it their decision alone to continue or end a pregnancy, regardless of any input from a partner, they say. No state in America grants fathers legal power to force a partner to continue or terminate a pregnancy. Some states might require a woman to notify the father before certain decisions, but this does not impact her right to choose. Isn't that amazing? There is not a single, we're talking about, oh, what rights are they going to take away? Men are not allowed to kill. Men are not allowed to kill children. And women are fighting for the details on how they're allowed to kill them. We're not even really arguing if you're allowed to do that anymore. We're not even really arguing that. We're really just arguing on the details on how. Speaking of rights here, right? There's not a single U.S. state where a father has the say. They don't have any say over this. What's going on? So, anyways, a little bit on that. Let's move on here. Let's take some calls. Appreciate everybody calling in. 844-900-2229. We have, in fact, a caller here. Where are you calling from, and what's your name?
M. Diddy, calling from Miami.
What's up, M. Diddy? Welcome.
Good. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Cool. Yeah, the whole immigration thing in Canada. When I was there, I did some night school, probably in my late 20s or whatever.
Can you say that again? Maybe you're not totally clear. If you're on speakerphone, put it back up to your ear.
Okay, 1 second. Can you hear me now?
Thanks, M. Diddy. Okay, go ahead.
There we go. So I did night school, or some summer school and night school to update some credits for whatever. And at that point, the immigration thing had already exploded, and I was hearing it in the girls' bath. Where did I do this? Where was it? The school right by the.
Oh, you don't have to say exactly, but I was wondering if you meant in America.
In Toronto.
Oh, cool. I'm following now. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I was hearing that in the girls' bathrooms they had signage posted on instructions on how to use a toilet. You know, like pictograms of, you know, don't stand on the seat and da-da-da, you know, the X's through all the different ways that you shouldn't use a toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, these people that they're bringing in, like, are literally peasants that have never seen a toilet.
They're telling them not to defecate outside in the streets, at the beaches. these Canadians have to put up signs and try to keep their lovely little areas at least somewhat clean and feces free. What a mess.
Yeah. I had a friend who came to Canada from Syria. He was a Syrian refugee when the bombing of Aleppo started, and basically him and his family. They're educated people. His father was a concert musician and stuff like that, and they had to apply and wait years for the process to be complete, while at the same time they're watching these peasants who've never seen a chair, never seen toilets, being loaded onto buses and shipped out as priority.
Wow. No, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, pretty ridiculous situation up there.
It doesn't make sense. People will take that as hateful to them or something, but it's just not fair. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, and I think right now the Chinese and the Indians are competing for a majority of demographic. Whites are by far the minority now in Canada, European descent.
Oh, you'd say so?
Yeah, I think on paper it's 18% Chinese is the largest demographic.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What a big change.
Yeah, it's over.
Well, well, it's as over as it is for America, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It's with Trump winning, it's it feels like a new day. If you had a more negative outlook, oh, he's just slowing down an inevitable thing. I think if you have a more just without giving it any positive or negative emotions, it's just what it is. Anyways, I'm just rambling, but Canada is done, you say, and I mainly agree. It is funny though.
I mean,
the fat lady hasn't sung, so to speak, and there's still some chance. There's always this chance in some way. But I mainly agree, man. I mainly agree.
Yeah. There's a lot of people out there who can't recognize it, if you've already, older people who've already owned their houses and stuff like that, and they're secured, they can't really see that there's a problem there because, they're just rode the wave up with the housing market, but, you're never going to be able to buy a house there. That's impossible.
Oh, yeah. They're not selling those. These condos in Toronto, not even waterfront, they're not even nice, and they're millions of dollars.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what to say about it.
Well, there's an election coming up.
Sure.
there is an election coming up for Canada. That's just true.
Yeah. But they already, what's it called? What party is Singh? Is
Hardeep Singh, NDP, the NDP?
Yeah, so Trudeau's party and Singh party have consolidated, and now they're some kind of super party. It's a dictatorship.
They did?
Up there.
No way.
Yeah.
That Jagmeet Singh guy, right? Jagmeet Singh.
They have a vast majority now.
No way. See, now that is a mess. Is that true? So you're telling me the NDP, which are basically worse liberals, they're communist liberals, which is no really different than the liberals in the Liberal Party in Canada, but these NDP people are avowed communists. You're telling me they joined forces and are now a bigger voting bloc?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, what's crazy about this NDP, Canada Liberal Coalition, what's crazy about this is the NDP really does represent this third, what do they call it in politics? Fifth column or whatever? This fifth column in Canada, brought in by immigration. When you team up like this, you have a what do you call it? This liberal dynasty that'll outvote the native populace. This is what I'm trying to describe. You can't really undo that.
Yeah, and the native populace is brainwashed enough to vote for it too. So,
wow,
it's over. Yeah.
Anything else you want to say, Diddy?
Yeah, I don't know if Kamala got in, you guys would be on the fast track to the same problem. But
Bingo.
Thank God she's not.
No, absolutely, man, absolutely. Well, did he call me again,
Anyways,
man?
yeah. Thanks, man.
I know he's saying it's over. I'd say it's over the same way. Like, it's over for... It's like when you look at America and you look at whites will be a minority in 2040, and you see that fat Hispanic woman yelling about, well, we were progressing with Obama though, and you realize she's a voter, and you realize it's over for America too in that sense, because the America we're talking about here, you know, it's the America that Trump's spirit calls back to. It's hard to see anywhere, even with the Trump win. That being said, it's the same goes for Canada. It's over in that sense, but yet it's not. Yet it's not over, because an election is coming up, and even now there's. I'm speaking about this inaccurately, bird's eye view kind of thing, but I know that I'm touching on something that's true, in that the fat lady hasn't sung. What am I saying there? All I'm saying is that I'm not saying that the white Christian Canada will return. I don't know what'll happen tomorrow, but just when they counted them out, right at the last second, it's over. You're looking around, it's on fire. They're fighting. It's all brown. But whoa, hold on. You're just like, maybe we can get Paul Poilievre in or whatever, but there's just not enough white people and Christians, etc. Whoa! All of a sudden, Indians and Hindus are coming out en masse, saying, "Hey, we got to rethink what's going on here, and we got to go conservative." It shows me that the wishes and thoughts of man are silly. So I'm not. This is not me with the big old keep the hope in God will pull through for Canada. I'm not telling you what's going to happen. I don't know, but at least I'm saying I don't know. So that's why I'm rambling now. But that's why maybe it's because it's Canada we're talking about. But I can't help but be leave a little space to the talk of it's over, because I even do that with America. Although I may say it myself and agree with Jesse and all that. I've always kept space with all things I say, really. It's over, sure, for America. But yet, at the last hour, when you counted him out, when Trump was almost when they got rid of him, and they brought in all these immigrants, and look at all these people yelling, and all these women yelling about something stupid. Really? These are the voters? Right when you counted him out. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's an amazing thing to wait and see and watch life, okay? So there may be a path for Canada. Look, there's a path to all things. Let me move on here. I want to, I am unmuted in the Discord. If you do jump in and want to talk to the Anchor Baby live on the Discord, if you've joined me there. If you want to join me somewhere else, you can call me 844-900-2229, or you can go type this into your web browser if you want to talk to the Anchor Baby. callinstudio.com/show/anchorbaby. All this Canada talk too. I know a lot of you, look, you guys love Trump. I guess, what am I about to say here? All I wanted to say is the Trump love is cool, but the Trump save us stuff is cool too. But that's not replacing being individuals, right? I hope. And you guys have your own elections and your own things to pay attention to, and you know what I mean? Just throw your hands up. It's over for the world, but there's only one guy, Trump. So, we're wishing you well, Americans. It's over here. I don't know. It's over. But Trump, Trump save us, please. Trump save us. I love it. I do. We all love Trump. If I just may throw that in there. If I'm not talking about you, then I'm not talking about you, right? So then I'm saying nothing. But if I'm talking about you, it's Canada, right? You can't. Trump's not going to save you, but he's going to save the world, right? Let's be real. He's going to save the world. So, Kamala, Here's a little bit on Kamala, God, maybe even a little bit. I wanted to get into this, but first, let me check these quick little super chats. Thank you for the support. rumble.com/American Anchor Baby. Thank you, Canadian David. Max Bernier, based Bernier. What's up with Bernier? Canadian David in my Rumble chat. Nice to see you. Still a supporter. I'm grateful. And he's bringing up a name I haven't heard in some time. What's up with Max Bernier? I heard he was the Trump of Canada, and they were calling him all sorts of stuff, which made me believe it. They were calling him a racist, and they were trying to bring up his past, and they were saying all sorts of stuff, which makes me think he's a pretty solid guy. Max Bernier, whatever happened with the great white French hope, Canadian David? Let me know if you're still in the chat. I'd love to get any updates on that, because not someone I followed or even been paying attention to. Max Bernier, I heard he was he led a different party, if I remember, back some time ago. And he didn't win, but got a significant vote, I believe. He led an independent party called the People's Party, the People's Party of Canada. And he was trying to break this paradigm of conservative and liberals of Canada, which really were do-nothings. You know, the Conservative Party of Canada is like the Democratic Party here in America. So you can imagine how bad the Liberal Party is. And don't even get me started with NDP. Led by this guy. Let me show you. Led by this guy. The leader of the NDP in Canada. Who may be having a coalition with Trudeau's Liberal Party to create a big voting bloc. What a mess. What a true mess. So, where was I? I wanted to mention something here. Okay. You know, Kamala's with her acceptance, her concession speech and all that, with what I think is maybe a little bit of nasty vibes. We're certifying the election. We'll never stop fighting. I know we didn't get what we wanted, what we voted for. And so yeah, I was watching that just a little bit. Just watching that a little bit. And it made me think of this clip that I had saved. It made me think of this clip I had saved where Kamala, this is before Trump won, so who cares, right? Who cares anymore? She's gone. She ain't no use in crying for her no more. She's out of here. Bro looks like he eats all the biryani. What you know about biryani, he black? What you know about biryani? What you know about pan? He black. What you know about pan? Or chicken tikka masala. Chicken biryani. Let's go. Get me some chicken biryani from Bombay Chopsticks. But no, don't. I know it's all suddenly you're all worried. Like, whoa, I didn't know Nick was one of these. He's tough, but all of a sudden he's sounding like one of these people who's okay with unfettered immigration as long as they give us snacks and food. Ooh, tacos. No. We have Google now. We do not need your recipes. We do not need smoked Indian brisket. Shout out Zenny. We do not need your your recipes. Okay. So Kamala,
Indian brisket.
Hey, what's up, Zenny? How you doing, sir?
What up, brother?
Talk about Canada, man. Shout out Canada in the house right now.
We got Canada in the house. T-Dot. Shout out to him, Diddy.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Point Fire.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to all my Canadians. We're feeling good today. We're feeling great today. It's an amazing day.
I gotta say, my group chats from my friends in Canada, they're beaming, they're memeing, they're riding the same wave, and it's a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah, man. It's yeah, the liberals all around me are sad and I'm smiling. And they're like, "Why are you smiling?" I'm like, "No, nothing."
Very cool.
But we pray for the liberals. We pray that this wakes them up, man. I think some people are still stuck in the matrix of the media, the mainstream media. They're stuck in the matrix of their minds. They're like, stuck in their
Major.
emotions. And hopefully this wakes them up, man. Hopefully this wakes some people up. Like, you're wrong. You are wrong.
Yeah, man, and it could really happen. Seemingly, it could happen in a moment and to the most unthought of people and individuals or groups. You just never know how God's gonna work. I guess that's what that means.
Amen, man.
You know what I
This is
mean?
God's will. It's God's will, bro. I went to bed last night, like before anything had been decided. I was like, you know what? Let God's will be done. And this
Nice.
is God's will. He wants Trump in office. And I don't think I think it almost needed to happen like this because now people know just how bad the Democrats like make things. Like they literally let in 20 million illegals and just let them go all over the country and paid for them. Like that's insane.
I was thinking about that too the other day, about how the story, the end, the story, the middle, the comeback, the all of it is just so perfect. Like, could we have written it any better way? I was just thinking about that too.
It's the most iconic campaign of all time. Like I saw someone made a picture compilation of like 4 pictures, like the 4 most iconic pictures from the campaign. It's like, yeah, like he almost got assassinated. Like what else was there? I forget. But there was a lot of iconic moments in the campaign.
Truly, man. So you think Kamala Harris is returning to Brampton? That's slander. She's probably not even from Brampton.
Yo, she's from Brampton
Canada.
and prosecute some Indians, man. Prosecute the people.
We need her on Halal Gang.
Smoked Indian brisket up in there.
Seriously, we need her to handle Halal Gang and Khalistanis. So,
bro, it's actually insane how much diversity is not our strength. And then that was like Canada's tagline for like Trudeau's entire like time in office. Diversity is our strength. Diversity is our strength. Let's import all of India and a bunch of Latinos who don't speak English, and let's just let them
and all the Stanis, Pakistan, Afghani.
Yeah, and all the Khalistanis. And like literally, like I don't know if you covered this, but we're having this whole row with India, like
no, I was just covering it.
You just covered that, right?
Yeah, where the Indians are protesting because they were attacked by the Khalistanis and they were outside of their temple, and so now the Canadian Indian MPs, which are the members of Parliament, are now on TV saying this was too far, and then the Khalistanis are saying, but you guys are in bed with India. I mean, it's a mess.
Yeah. Bro, you got all these people in government and all these people here with dual loyalties. Like, it's absolutely insane. Like, Japan has it right. If you want to become a citizen of Japan, you have to give up your citizenship of where you've come from. No dual citizenship. We need to, once Canada can do that, that's when we will get back to where we need to be. Because this dual citizenship stuff is ridiculous.
It's definitely a step in the right direction. There's people who call me and get mad at me like, oh, you saying this or that person shouldn't vote, but I would be willing to give it up too. I say no anchor babies, no first generations voting either. I'll give it up. Like, you know what I mean? There's a whole bunch of people who shouldn't vote, not just women. There's a whole bunch of men that shouldn't vote.
True, yeah. We should literally bring back that, if you own land stuff, and that would actually mean that I can't vote, but I'll get there one day.
Nice.
If the economy rights itself by actually implementing, some laws that actually are, gonna work for the people.
Yes. Right on, man.
Instead of the globalist elite. You were asking about Maxime Bernier, though.
Maxime Bernier, I remember him. What's up? Whatever happened to him?
Yo, Maxime is base, but he's too base for Canada. Like,
oh yeah,
no one. He doesn't get he doesn't have a single seat in Parliament because he doesn't get enough votes.
There you go.
I vote for him, but it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, damn. So they just really not a single seat. He just what does he even say that's wild.
What does he say? It's mostly about immigration. Like he's blatant in saying that we just can't diversity is not our strength. We can't just let in a bunch of people who don't share our values and just say don't assimilate and expect things to be okay. You just have whole cities. We have a China city. We have a brown people city. Like, what is this? Like, we can't be going into this like different city. Every ethnicity has their own city. Then what? There's gonna be warring cities. There's gonna be turned into, you know, a bunch of
And it's
warring
like,
ethnic cities.
well, that's what it's starting to become, and it's like it's one thing to say, well, this is just how we want to order our society. We want to have. It's one thing to say that that's just that's how they want to do it, but it's another thing to confront it and say, well, if this is how you want it, are you willing to admit that it's not working? Are you willing to admit, because they had their little European Union going on before. They had their different cities. They had the Scots over in Nova Scotia. They had the English. Yeah. They had the French in Quebec, and it seemed to somewhat work.
Yeah, because it came at such like a slower rate. Like the rate at which they're shoving people into these enclaves is like insane, especially since COVID. It's just kind of like doubled or tripled. But Trudeau actually did admit recently, like they cut the immigration targets recently. Like it was actually really hilarious because like they had to admit that it's not working, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're cutting it by like 150,000."
Oh, I wonder why.
A little piddly amount. Like it's not enough to actually like do anything like anything good, but they are cutting it because they know people are sick of it.
But that's how these people think. They're like playing Sim City. So to them, it's just numbers and moving things around. If they could cut 150,000, they might just make the anti-immigration people just happy enough, and they might bring crime in certain areas by just enough half percentage points where things can gel politically for the political class. You know what I mean? That's how these people think.
Yeah, but Trudeau is he's way too done. Like everyone hates him, and the only reason he hasn't been voted out yet is because he's just like aligning himself with any party that will take him, so to avoid an election. But now that's done, so next time we're getting an election pretty soon, I think.
2025 October. It might happen sooner too, I hear, because of some mess, but that's Canada.
Oh man, I heard one of my coworkers who's kind of like liberal. He's like, man, if Pierre wins and Trump wins, I'm moving to Thailand. It's like, all right, bro, get ready.
Pierre, Trump, Millet, BB.
That's the real dream team.
Putin, yeah, that's the North American dream team. That's the Western North NA dream team. Pierre, Trump, Millet. Let's go, baby.
Let's go. Yeah, we can put. Yeah, Putin's cool. Got Putin in there. We're putting.
We kind of need Putin in there. Yeah, Kim Jong. We kind of need the BRICS people a little bit to kind of balance things out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like balance some allegiances and factions.
What do you think about the North Koreans in Ukraine?
Oh, you mean there are North Korean soldiers fighting in Ukraine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that. It is a major major in the sense because, you know, the world hasn't seen it in 20, 30, 40 years, right? Escalations of this level where you got fighters of now these other countries joining up with this faction, this coalition, anti-NATO Western coalition. It's not insignificant. We need men more than ever. Keep the peace kind of thing.
I heard some. I'm not sure if it was Ukraine or somebody.
I heard. By the way, just a side note though, I heard the North Koreans. I read and heard that the North Koreans, they have free internet access. You know, they're over there in Russia fighting with Russians, but they have actual internet access and they're going nuts. They're going nuts, and I heard that they're going nuts with the adult stuff on the internet.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
that
sure.
they've been exposed, and now what a mess.
No, they got into the West a little bit.
They got into the West a little bit.
Ukraine is like sending them like bare like links of terrible things.
Bare links? You said bare links? That's a little Toronto slang for you.
That's in that Toronto slang.
Some of that Toronto slang. Links. Yeah, they got bare propaganda, bud.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, man?
Well, it's crazy, but thank God Trump's in because he's gonna put an end to all that war stuff.
I believe that.
No more war.
Nice, man. We're gonna see how it all goes down. Anything else you want to talk about, sir?
Nope. Just want to say God bless you, God bless the chat, and God bless everyone listening in the mighty name of Jesus Christ.
Zenny, call me again, man.
Peace out.
I'm pushing over to Spiritual Victory chat that Aaron has started up over in my Discord. Yes, if you're part of my Discord, you now have some snazzy new abilities. Let's say let's say people are yucking it up in general voice chat. And you know what? You love the people in the general voice chat, but you know what? You want to make your own little voice room, have kind of a little more calm down thing, whatever. You click on the button that says create voice chat. You guys got I'm upgrading the Discord. You guys got all sorts of snazzy new tech coming in. I'm going to have a DJ even happening in the Discord soon. It's going to have access to my personal collection. We're working it all out, folks. But what else? Yeah, be part of the Discord. It's cool. 844-900-2229. God bless Zenny, says Terry. And I know Zenny. He's one of those, he's one of those peeps out there in Canada. Like so many of you in the chat are out there in the world, in the UK and other places. I got people listening to me from all over. And it's cool because you heard the truth, and now you're out there wherever you are, living that truth and propagating waves of truth outwards from you, right where you are. Isn't that amazing? So, speaking of what we were talking about, though, right before talking with Zenny, Kamala on God. Here's her comment. I was watching her concession speech a bit, and it made me think about this clip a little. Some of her commentary on God. God. Kamala Harris is asked, what does your faith tell you about who God wants to win in this election? Guess he already told us. Guess God already made his decision. And joy cometh in the morning. But let's go back for a moment before that happened. And what Kamala has to say about God.
Madam President, thank you.
Oh, right. Why does Forbes do this? They do this thing where they split the audio. It's a journalist thing. It's really...
Making this
3 days.
Vice President.
I appreciate that.
That will go viral, I'm sure. Tomorrow, faith leaders in Milwaukee and across the state will be praying about this election, and encouraging people to get out and vote.
Yes.
I think last week I heard you say God's power works through us.
Yes.
What does your faith tell you about who God wants to win this election and lead our divided country?
My faith and my belief in God tells me that we all must think about our lives through our ability to do good works, and through those works to lift people up, to help the needy, to help the poor, to help the elderly. And my plan for my presidency is informed with that spirit and that approach. And I do believe that people understand that that really is the sign of a real leader, which is not defining one's strength based on who you beat down, but defining the strength of a leader based on who you lift up.
Who you lift up. It's the good you do. That's the difference. Who you lift up. Who you... Tell me, folks, what is good about lifting people up? What does that even mean? What does that even mean, lift people up? Who are you lifting up, and why? We're lifting up the least of us. We're lifting up the downtrodden. We're lifting up the depressed. We're lifting up the homeless. We're lifting up the needy, the poor. We're lifting up the criminals. We're lifting up... Have you ever wondered why they're needy? Why they're poor? Why are they poor? Why are they so needy? See, we need to lift up the elderly, she throws in. You know why no one is helping the elderly? Because they don't love them. It's simple. They don't love them. There's no love in families, and women run those things now. Women run those things now. Them families we're talking about. You can't help the elderly any other way but having a populace that loves their parents. The people you're talking about hate the elderly. They have not forgiven their parents. They have not forgiven. I didn't hear a single thing about forgiveness, about repentance, about what am I doing wrong, to what's coming out of me that is creating this bad world that needs to be lifted up. Why is the world so bad? What's the problem here? And why do you want to lift these bad people up? Why are they so poor? Why are they so needy? You can't help the elderly any other way. We need to elect this person, and that's not how you help the elderly. You gotta love your parents. You have to forgive. Okay, but this is how most people see God. Most people see God like this. God would want you to be nice to the poor, be nice to the elderly, to lift people up. God would, and they'll hear something about forgiveness, and they'll say, well, where's the scripture? They'll say, where's the scripture? Show me the scripture where I have to forgive all people, where I have to forgive my mom and dad. Show me the scripture. Now, as if the whole Bible's not about freedom from this ego and forgiveness, true forgiveness and love for all. They'll say, I didn't hear anything about forgiveness in the Bible. But yeah, most people, yeah, their lives are ordered by this kind of mentality, the shallow mentality of, how do we put it? Like, feel good, feel bad. Help the poor with no thought. Why are they so poor? Why are the people so downtrodden? Why do they have so many problems? They'll flip it, though, and look at someone like Trump and say he's full of vitriol, grievances, they'll say.
Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing. That is totally amazing. Aaron, how you doing, man? I got Aaron in the one at a time.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Aaron? Popping in here.
What's up, dude?
I'm just talking about Trump's grievances. They say that he's full of grievances. I was trying to compare how people's reactions to Kamala and her talking about God and lifting the poor up. And they'll be like, that's so amazing. And they'll look at Trump speaking the truth, saying, this is what's going on and what must be fixed. And they'll be full of fear hearing him say that. When it's just hopeful. Finally, someone's saying the truth. And not only that, saying that he's going to fix it, that we're going to fix this. So I was just describing those things there.
Yeah, man. I mean, can I learn a little bit more about what you were talking about? I mean, what specifics? I mean, what did the people say that? What grievances? I mean, I guess.
Well, they see Trump all the time. All the time they'll say he's just full of grievances. He's just saying the problems. He's not talking about the plan. How's he going to fix things? He just wants to complain. But he's speaking the truth, and he's full of hope. What he's going to fix. They'll hear
full
that.
of hope.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Full of light, whatever.
Oh my God, man. Yesterday I was watching the election, and then today I just woke up full of hope, man. Full of light too. I don't know. I feel like this is expected 100%. Everything that's happening right now, especially with the people that are losing. They're not losing, though. That's the crazy thing. Have you ever thought about that? They're not even losing.
Yeah.
They're not even losing, man. They won too. Like, I wish I could, like, hug them. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I know what you mean.
Congratulations. We don't have to go to war. You know
yeah, man. Yeah.
I want to hug them and, like, tell them, like, we did it. It's amazing right now. It's incredible. Like, wow. How can you be mad about this? I see, some people on, I guess on the MAGA side or the Republican side, they're kind of like trying to poke fun or something, and they're of evil as well.
Yeah,
they're masquerading as if they're Republican and as if they really did cheer for Trump, but their actions reflect differently. You know what I mean? Like I guess the Bible says the fruits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, when people are they're like looking forward to liberal meltdowns, you know what I mean, which is so corrupt. That's so nasty. Why would you look forward to that? You should be embracing these people and telling them, like, it's okay, it's all right, you know, chill, it's fine. But you know,
there's a thrill going on, man. And I was kind of mentioning that earlier too. Like, let's not just totally go like whatever the win. It's like, yeah, these people are making a public fool of themselves. I'm not gonna be mama and chastise every little thing.
Right?
But can we not totally just you know what I mean? Like throw all rules out and just all self-awareness and just totally lean into the worst side.
Temptation, brother.
Just temptation. Like we won, totally lean in. Just like what? Like can we?
No.
We gotta have a semblance of space in all things at all times, no matter what.
Dude, that's how evil, like, that's how nasty evil is that even in the time to
subtle.
rejoice, it'll come in and tell you like, yo, cripple this part. You won over them. Like,
Yeah.
no, don't do that. Relax. Just chill. Have a good time. Like,
It's subtle,
get rid
man.
of that. You know what I mean? You don't have to. It comes in. It's like, yo, tell these people how stupid they are. It's like, they don't even see what's going on, bro. They don't even. It's actually kind of like, I mentioned this before. I spoke to someone before on your Discord about like how I could understand how Jesus wept at a certain point amidst the sorrowness of people, because it's like, damn, bro, you guys don't see how we won. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
It does make
Like,
sense,
it's
and
like-
and the flip side to that, to add to what you're saying, is also, I bet you the same weeping probably happens when you're just looking at the Republicans and Democrats fighting. You know,
Yeah,
they know for
yeah.
it's like they sort of know better because they know they're sensible and they're at least supporting not total insanity. But yet you'll watch a, let's say, a protest or something, and you'll watch them both fight, and you almost feel like, wow, is this how Jesus felt? They both have no clue what they're it's like, yeah, sure, the Republican's sensible. It's like, yeah, wow, this is the side that's sensible. But you watch them fight, and you almost feel like Jesus, like, wow, they're lost. They're just,
It's a
they're
tearjerker.
totally lost.
It's a tearjerker. It's a tearjerker for sure. It's like, dude, come on, man, dude, it happened. I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like this is something that, if I feel like everyone that's alive right now, if you don't realize we are in a history book right now, like 100, 200 years from now, when we look back at this time, this is insane. This is, I don't even want to say insane. I want to say it's the hand that has delivered. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The way things have come about. I mean, this guy was, they tried to kill him twice. They tried to put him in jail. You know what I mean? Like, this guy had the rap sheet of someone that could never be president at this point. How did this happen? I can't even, I can't even make sense
it's
of it.
reality questioning almost. Like, it's almost such a perfect story that I have to wonder, is Aaron even a real person? And is Aaron just a code in the simulation I'm living in? You know, that was all perfectly made.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even feel like anything that's happening is real anymore. It's like, is this real? But you know, that's the creeping in of the evil as well.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? So
No,
let me
it's
ask
in
you
fact
this.
very real. But go ahead.
Let me ask you this. So, and this is a time of, you know, this day, I guess, day after, time of rejoice. How difficult do you think the days to come would be? Because I'm not going to discredit that. I think it's going to be incredibly difficult coming up. So what do you think of the days to come after this election?
You're talking about Trump and the actual job that has to be done?
Yes.
Let me pull up my thing because I wrote down kind of all the major promises. But yeah, it'll be, I think, an uphill battle just like the first time around. But he really does. Yeah. I really do believe he's got a different kind of thing going on here. He's not as green as Hake puts it. He's not as green. He said himself that this time around, he knows who's in there. He admits, yeah, all the people that were in the cabinet, maybe not the best people, but now he knows who's who. On the major things, deportations, that it'll be an uphill battle, I think. But I think so, but what's different too this time around, I think, and I think the major win this time around adds to this, is that I think a whole bunch of people are, even if they're kicking the dirt doing it, are just gonna work with him. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, either you're like, either you saw how messed up it was, you're like, wow, I'm totally Trump now, or you're just like, ugh. You know what I mean? Like dejected, kicking the dirt, but we're just going to have to do what this guy says.
I don't know, man.
Because they tried to kill him, and now he's here.
I know, man. Isn't that insane? Try to kill the guy.
I'm getting this impression that people are just going to have to go, and they're going to kick and scream, I think. It'll be an uphill battle, but like I said, I'm repeating myself. What do you think?
I think I like what you said about him being not as green this time. I think he's going to establish a dynasty. I guess not a dynasty, but do you know what I mean by dynasty?
I'm gathering you mean like, you know, successors.
Yes,
baby dynasty is too tough. Maybe it's scary language for some. Let's
too
call
Japanese.
Let's call
too
it
Japanese.
successors.
It's too Japanese.
We don't want a dictatorship of the Trumps. No. It's just a successor, folks. It's a successor. No, but I'm messing around. I do know what you mean, and
yeah, man.
Yeah, Vance.
I feel like
think even Vance is kind of cool.
Yeah, dude. Vance, Vivek,
Baron Trump. Vivek, what were you saying about Vivek?
Vivek, I don't know. I'm this is probably gonna be racist, but shawarma. I was gonna say Vivek shawarma.
Shawarma Swami. Shawarma Swami.
That guy has been exemplifying a lot of light. I'm not gonna lie. Even though I don't know about his policies, I don't know what he wants to do, but the way he's been conducting himself through the previous times and then even now in these times, he was the one that was doing, I'm pretty sure he was doing the garbage collection thing before Trump started doing it. You know what I mean? Like he was on top of the ball. He seems to be pretty cool. I don't care, whatever, him or whoever else, but JD Vance is cool. You know what I mean? Like, but I feel like this time around, he's going to set things up so that we will have a future in this country. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it won't be so easily taken and stricken and destructed.
Do you know how? Have you taken in just how old JD Vance is? I mean, I don't. It only hit me, I think, this morning when Hake said it. He's only 40 years. He's like.
He's only 40?
He's 40 years old. You got to understand how young that is for a vice president. Like, he's got a lot of growing to do. You could say he's beta with his wife and blah, blah, blah.
He's vice president at 40?
40 years old. And he kind of talks like a Gen X millennial guy. He has the same kind of thoughts and thinking. And it's pretty based, I got to say, for a 40-year-old vice president to Trump.
Yeah.
And then Vivek, Elon Musk, RFK Jr. Now, tell me what you think about this. Is this almost like a pathway to a sort of neoliberal, a new liberal that is at least you're conservative or whatever may disagree with, but it's at least not a America hating, defying, division, Marxist thing. It's almost like a pathway to a new liberal who, well, yeah, maybe this liberal doesn't care so much about what you got to say about immigration, and but they get or maybe they do get the whole immigration stuff, but they're into public works, public health, education, the things the liberals care about. But now this time it's not a bunch of Marxists. Now it's like Elon Musk, RFKs. Like, what do you think so far about what I'm rambling about?
What I think so far is that the Republicans are still doing the Republican thing, which is leaving it up to the people, number one, and then doing these public things, that should be left it shouldn't be at a federal level, number one. You know what I mean? Period. That's it. It's done. It should be local things. We should be examples of our environment. If the environment is shitty, the environment should be shitty until it fixes itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. You shouldn't have support from the federal government where it comes in and go, we're going to build a library here. What? You know what I mean? Why do you deserve a library now? Nobody wants to read. They're too busy killing everyone. You know what I mean? Are you serious? That's insane. So no, I don't think the Republican Party is changing at all. I think this is finally the American people are seeing the flourish of the Republican Party. They're seeing them when they really need them the most. This has always happened, by the way. I've seen this historically. They always run to the Republicans whenever they need daddy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then also I want to say, don't fall asleep to you and then everybody else. Rest assured the Democrats are about to slumber right now and reawaken with a new strategy plan.
Yeah.
100%. They're gonna just watch what's going on and they're gonna copy it in a bland way, and they're gonna try to come back in this new way that's going to try to re-implement fascism. Before fascism, communism,
right,
and socialism. They're gonna come back again. They're gonna just copy what he's doing, which is they try to do that with Joe Biden. They try to do like this outrageous, say something outrageous, say something wild. They try to do it, but he couldn't copy the same energy. You know what I'm saying? Because the things that Trump says, man, is so on point that nobody can deny, but they just, you're a hater. You know what I mean? You know you're a hater if you're just like, yo, bro, I didn't like the way he said it. That's the only argument you have.
Right.
That's the only argument
Right,
you have.
man. It's
It's
just
not
a
about what he
hater.
says. Yeah, I don't like the way why do you have to be so loud about it? Why did he drink his water weird? You know what I mean? Like, you're a loser, bro. What do you mean? Bro?
Right on, Aaron. Man,
Yeah.
appreciate you calling me here. Anything else you want to talk about here?
That was it, man. I hope everybody's rejoicing and enjoying this day of
Yes, sir.
victory before the hard work that has to come.
And when we have the liberal meltdown videos on Friday's Open Line Friday video, we're gonna keep some space and not judge them either, right?
Exactly. Nice. All right, cool. Thank you, man.
All right, Aaron,
I'll see
take
ya.
care, man.
Yep.
Yep. Very cool, very cool. Because we going hard Fridays, Open Line Friday, okay? Okay. Tomorrow is Bible Thumper Thursday on the Jesse Lee Peterson Show. You don't want to miss it. You know, right before Aaron came in, I was no, we got into it, all of it. Trump grievances, Kamala on God. You know, I want to say something real quick about that, about God, maybe a little bit, not so much God. And Z, hey, I see you in the voice chat. I'm gonna get to you in a second, okay? Hold on, Z. About you know, we don't really have the time. Let's get to I have a bunch of callers I want to get to. I'm gonna save this for tomorrow. Z, what's up, man? Thanks for being part of the Discord.
Oh, hey.
How you doing, sir?
I didn't expect that. I was watching the YouTube. Man, how's your Wednesday night going tonight? I already know it's
Fantastic.
amazing.
Amazing Wednesday. One of the best.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Z.
Oh, right.
How you
Man,
feeling?
I have so many things that came over me today, like, you know, just calm emotions, but I was just thinking, man, 8 years ago, or a little bit over 8 years ago, Trump first declared he was going to run. And I remember exactly where I was. And I've never forgotten it. And when I looked at my phone, I saw Trump was going to run, I was like excited, but I wasn't sure why. What was that like for you when Trump first was going to run?
2016, going back to 2016. So I definitely not into. Were you into politics at all in 2016? Did you follow it? Did you know anything about it? And because politics was one of the farthest things in my wheelhouse, thoughts or anything back in 2016.
Right.
And
I didn't even vote for Trump the first time until I saw him like quietly taking in the pain. Taking the, you know.
About Trump, you mean?
Yeah, he was quietly taking the pain. Like,
so that's what I saw that too a little. Basically, when he started running, I got the same mainstream media crap that everybody else got. I started hearing, oh, this is the guy from The Apprentice. He's just some TV guy. This guy thinks he's going to run America. What a fool. And everybody's laughing at him. And I'm just like, wow. So I just kind of adopted that a little bit. I was like, oh, wow, America's going to, some TV guy is running for America. I didn't even know Trump. But I didn't care that much. But it suddenly became the biggest topic ever. Everybody was talking about it. All Canadian media was talking about it. I'm like, I'm in Canada. I'm wondering, why is everybody talking about this? All of my friends are talking about it. All my coworkers. And they're all just repeating all this media stuff. But what struck me the most is the major hate over this man they never met. I'm talking about coworkers I've been talking to for years, friends I've been talking to for years. All of a sudden, they hate this man. And I'm like, what is going on? It just seemed weird to me. You know,
he's never
long
been,
story short, I had to look into it a little bit, and they were wrong, so to speak.
He's never been more likable than this past year. Because if you think about it, he started off, everybody was like, you know, gossiping or whatever, and, you know, he was alone. Well, maybe not alone. He probably had some people, like some family was like ride or die. But as he progressed, like slowly by slowly, more people began joining him. I mean, he's like Naruto or something.
In what way?
Like,
yeah. No. He just believes.
Like,
he just believes and endures. He literally just believes and endures. No, that's true. Actually, you know, I was thinking about this too. Like Trump, did he? Yeah, sure. He's a smart guy. He's done a lot of interesting things politically. Has had to navigate certain things that you think, wow, what a genius. But for a moment here, has he really done anything groundbreaking politically? Genius? Like, what I'm trying to say is, all I'm trying to say here is that it seems to me like really his greatest asset has been more than creativity and alternative strategies or even luck, has been to simply endure. It seems to me like that's been his greatest asset, to just hold out. Just, yeah, I'm right about this, and I don't care if the world hates me for it, and it's the right thing to do, and I'm sticking to it. That's been his greatest asset. So yeah, he's kind of like Naruto.
And the way he defeated evil is more of like a realistic way, where right now you have all these people, the Democrats, and their emotions or whatever are rising up, and they're just done. They're done. They're on pause.
Nice, man. Nice,
Their
man.
story has been replaced. Their story's been replaced with the Trump story.
Yeah. Right on, Z.
Right on, Nick. Yeah, man. I was thinking about how I miss my dad, and I was thinking about a lot of stuff today.
Can you go with one of those? I kind of want. You talking about your dad? What happened there?
Well, no, I mean, it's kind of personal, but he's dead.
Oh,
he did.
He did.
You know, and
I didn't know that about you, man.
Yeah, like he did.
What do you think he would have been saying? I know we should do shoulda, coulda, wouldas.
Oh man, he would just like to have seen it.
Yeah.
He'd just like to have seen it. I know he would have, but
were you guys
there
close?
were a lot of close. Yeah, I mean, I was pretty close with my dad. Yeah.
Nice, man.
Yeah. He did. Rest in peace.
Shout out to the pops from other side.
Yep.
In the chat says shout out to the pops. Right on, man.
Yep. Trump is like the daddy in the house.
Daddy's home. Daddy's home, man.
Daddy is in the house.
Truly, man.
My dad really loved Ron Paul, though.
Oh, really? Ron Paul.
Yeah,
I heard. What did I hear? I heard that Ron Paul is having a resurgence lately, thanks to Elon Musk. I think Elon Musk invited Ron Paul. I think Elon Musk said publicly it would be great to have Ron Paul to be in the Department of Government Efficiency. So imagine that.
Yeah, I would like to see David Goggins in the
David Goggins, the guy that runs?
Yes, in the health sector or whatever. And so he would get all the kids in school, you know, to like have a physical exercise, you know, like the physical.
Let Goggins in. It'll be better than most. Yeah, Goggins, RFK, frig it. We got a big umbrella now. We're fixing America. Get in.
Yeah, I mean, Goggins doesn't get political though.
Right.
Get political as far as I know.
He'll definitely. You know what? Goggins. How about this? Goggins for PE teacher. How about that? I think he'd be great at that. He'd be great at that.
Well, RFK has the job. RFK has the job. He's gonna do just fine. He's gonna do it, and he's gonna do it great.
Fantastic, Z. Anything else you want to talk about before I move the wheels?
Great show. Nick is great. Believe it.
Believe it, Z. Hey, I've been seeing you post, and others too. Carver, other people. You guys have been posting art in the chats in my Discord, and I love it. You've been making memes. I've seen it all, man. I know I'm not always in there talking, but I see it all, and I appreciate creative people. You know that takes a little work. So
I'm trying to collect liberal tears for you, okay?
Thanks, man.
For the show.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Take care, Z. Talk
All
soon.
right.
Peace.
Thanks.
All right, folks. I think we done had ourselves a show. I think we done had ourselves a darn show. Okay? Very bigly. I think we just done had ourselves a done show. So, that's it from me, folks. We're going to end the show because we got Bible Thumper Thursday tomorrow. Wow, it's already Thursday. Wow, this week is going by fast. Bible Thumper Thursday with the Jesse Lee Peterson show in the morning. Don't miss it. We love it. The Hake Report Joel Friday. And I'll be back with you tomorrow for more American Anchor Baby. We've been having a lot of relaxed, kind of unplanned shows. You know, I'd have a lot more topics, and it's just more thought out when I was doing American Anchor Baby. We've had a lot of sit back, kind of relaxed shows in the lab. I've just had a lot of projects to work on, so I'm not complaining. I'm really just saying thanks and teasing a little bit. Hopefully soon, November, December, in the new year for sure. Really cool new things, not just for my channel, but for the others. So thanks for being patient. I've been able to put a lot of time into some of these projects, and I've spent like all year buying the right things and stuff. So it's doing some of the more relaxed shows have been fun and all that. So thanks. Super chats, please. Thank you so much for the reminder, Kale Samogi. Can you be my producer? Jeez. Appreciate that, Kale. Thanks for looking out. We got Other Side with thanks for the super chat earlier, Other Side. Making a little face with the emojis. Pardon. Kale Samogi with the back-to-back super chat says, adults throwing tantrums should be laughed at. They're making them public fools of themselves. And Kale Samogi says, shout out to Z, a legend in the making. Shout out from Kale and all of us. Very cool. Thank you so much for the support. Canadian David posting a update clip from Maxime Bernier. Thank you for that. We're checking it out right now, Canadian David. Based Max Bernier. Let's watch.
Rambo.
Oh, I love this guy.
The era of the Rambo and woke cult is over. Donald Trump won decisively.
Oh.
No silly tricks. The American people went big for Trump yesterday.
American people.
Congratulations to President Trump and Vice President Vance. It is a new dawn in America. A Republican administration will change things for Canada. We need to cut government spending, cut taxes, cut red tape, get rid of the globalist policies, get rid of insane climate policies, abolish DEI programs, stop mass immigration, and create a business climate where workers, entrepreneurs, and investors will thrive. If we don't do these things, we will be outcompeted by America. Why? Because the Trump administration will do all these things. Canada will be left behind. Yes, I'm pro-Trump. If you like Trump and his policies and want them in Canada, the PPC is your only option. The Liberals and NDP are just like Harris, who lost big last night.
Big time.
And the fake conservatives are conservatives in name only.
Ooh.
Pandering Pierre only has slogans.
Pandering Pierre?
He treats Canadians as if they are stupid. What Trump has shown everyone is that the establishment is not invincible.
Deep.
Even in America, where most of the globalist elites are set up, his victory should give us hope in Canada that we can win and put an end to woke communism. But only if we do the work. Stay strong and free.
Right on, Maxime Bernier with the People's Party of Canada. Thanks for the update, Canadian David. Always a pleasure seeing you in the chat, and thanks for supporting. And everybody supporting on DLive.tv/Gorgonzola. All right, y'all. We'll be back tomorrow. But the Trump train is not over. What a win. We're loving it. Keeping the energy up. So freaking based. So based. It's going to be so based. It's going to be so based. See you tomorrow. What can I say? Amazing. Take care, y'all. Peace.